I don't know. There's so many stories, though. I mean, the Norman Smiley one you've talked many times when he saw that the hot dog thing. That was great.
Oh my God! Yeah, there was everybody used to hear the stories about the masked maniac who used to grab this guy. Because what happened was many years ago, I'm wrestling, and we had this guy that used to come to our shows and help set up the ring called Smelly Randy. And Randy was like this 150-pound. Like if anybody goes to my Facebook, if you look under Darkfire, Randy Darkfire Saunders, Saunders, there's pictures of this guy. And this guy used to walk. I mean, he was just like, while I'm wrestling, this idiot is hanging around inside the barricades.
Yep.
So there was one show, the idiot is standing there in the barricades, just goofing around. So I jump out of the ring, I drag him in the ring, I stripped him completely naked, didn't I, Anthony?
Yes.
Completely naked, I grabbed the fan's hot dog, bent him over, stuck the hot dog in Randy's ass. In the meantime, dried up shit falls all over the ring. Okay?
God.
I take the hot dog out of his mouth and out of his ass and shove it down his throat.
People have no idea how many times, whenever you used to have shows upcoming, Meltzer on Observer's website would write, "Yeah, I wonder who's this is the show where the guy puts the hot dog in somebody's ass."
Yeah, that's right.
He used
so
to
anyway,
always talk about that.
Yeah. So about 6 months later, I meet Norman Smiley for the first time, and Norman says to me, "Frank, I heard that if I work for you, I'm going to see naked men." So I'm like, you know what? You never know.
Now remember, Norman Smiley's not gay. He's actually didn't he have sleep with Buff Bagwell's ex-wife?
Yes, Norman Smiley had sex with Buff Bagwell's ex-wife and told him.
And didn't she have his child?
You know what? I think Norman did. Norman came on the show and said it.
Yeah, I think he.
I think Norman did say that.
Buff Bagwell's ex-wife had his child. I don't know. Well.
But anyway, yeah, no, I'll bring Norman on one of these days and we'll talk about it. But so Norman says, "Well, can I do play-by-play?" So Norman's doing play-by-play for one of my shows, and this is on DVD. So if anybody wants to see it, so I'm wrestling the new Dynamite Kid. No, actually, I'm not. I'm in the locker room, and there's like a 4-way match going on. And I only know the details now because of seeing it on video so many times. And I see Randy, Smelly Randy, walking around inside the barricades again. So I jump out, I grab my mask, put my mask on. Mikey Whipwreck's like, "What are you doing?" I tell him, I said, "Watch this." So I burst through the doors, and I run and I grab Randy. I pull his pants down outside the ring. He has a full erect hard-on. Okay? Fully erect hard-on. Are you still there, Anthony?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm making sure I didn't lose you.
No,
he had a full erect hard-on. Now, from watching, of course, what I did is I took a hot dog and shoved it up his ass again, and he's screaming. He is screaming. But upon watching the video of this, while I'm watching the video, Norman Smiley's doing play-by-play, and he's like, "These are some of the worst wrestlers I've ever seen. Oh, my God, there's a naked man getting a hot dog shoved up his ass." And when you look at the video, the new Dynamite Kid's on the top rope doing a superplex. All of a sudden, he looks down at Randy naked and starts laughing hysterically. And that same night, we get a complaint from the head of security that Randy's mother is in the bathroom offering guys blowjobs to give her and Randy a ride back to Queens.
Wow. I don't remember that, but I believe you, though. I've heard stories.
Oh, no, it's 100% true. It was 1,000% true. Actually, bringing up Randy, for those of you who want to hear about some smelly guy that used to set the ring up, when we were at the Elks Lodge, somebody every show would shit on the toilet seat. Now, this is wild because let me explain to you. I don't mean they would put the toilet seat down and shit on the top of it. I mean, you know how there's an opening where the poop goes in?
Yeah.
They would actually, somehow they would shit on the rim. But we're not talking about a little thing of shit. Anthony, I want you to understand that I'm talking about, like, if you scooped a whole pint of Haagen-Dazs ice cream out and plopped it up, that's how high. It looked like a horse took a shit on the toilet. And we were never able to find out who this was. And I go to the bathroom, and I don't know, I just peed.
What was his name on the message boards? Fecal threats?
Fecal threats. Oh, jeez.
There was another one. I'll never forget it. Before one.
Hold on. Let me finish this. Hold your story. Write it down so you don't forget. So the last Elk show, or one of the last Elk shows, I go to the bathroom, come out. There's no shit anywhere. Perry Saturn.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that exact same thing.
Perry comes up to me. Perry's like, "Yo, Frank, you got to see this shit." So Perry and I go into the bathroom together, and there is a huge. I mean, I'm making my hands big right now. This looks like somebody took a half gallon of Breyer's chocolate ice cream and scooped it out and plopped it on the seat. You could almost see steam coming off it. The only way you could shit like this was to be standing on the toilet seat and shit on it. There was no other way because it wasn't in the toilet. It was on the toilet. And I look at Randy, and Randy has this look on his face. So I walk over to him with Perry Saturn, and I look at him, I said, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "Oh, I had to go." I said, "Was that you that shitted all over the toilet?" He's like, "Yeah, I had to go." I mean, this is the type of answers you get from this idiot.
It's what I do.
It's what I do. That's what he said. You're right. You're right, Anthony. That's what it was. I said to him, that's right. I said, "What's wrong with you?" He said, "It's what I do."
People think that these are made up. It's so true. Oh, my God.
That's right. You're right. You're right. He said, "That's what I do."
Walked away.
It's what, my wife was standing there. Her mouth. Perry Saturn never. You know, and it's funny because Perry Saturn. Norman once said to me, you know, when he saw Randy naked in the ring, he said to me, "You know, I heard about these shows from Crowbar and never believed that these things were actually true." Crowbar used to tell me that wrestlers at WCW used to watch my ticket seller matches backstage.
Just for a good laugh, you know?
Just for a good laugh. So, I mean, I never realized, Anthony, like nowadays, a lot of the fans out there are like, "Frank Goodman, who's Frank Goodman?" There was like a 5-year period, Anthony, in my 24-year career, you know this, where I was so famous, there would be WWE guys that would know who I was just because they'd hear these sick stories about shit that went